So then guys, I've just had a shave and whatnot and I'm just about to go in the shower, but the Amazon bloke decided to leave the parcels right in front of my gate where anybody could have stole them because there are people still walking around. Need to go grab a knife. I'm hoping you can't see a reflection of me because I'm butt fucking naked. So let's just get this open real quick and find out what's up. So this is the mouse, I think. I believe it's the mouse anyway. The M5 Sports Champion Lightweight 2020. It looks like it's got a PUBG helmet on the back, which is actually pretty cool, a level 3 PUBG helmet. By the way, this is so light, it actually feels like whatever, it's just the box. It's fucking crazy. So, like I say, we'll take this outside and we'll do a proper unboxing for you guys, because I don't really want to do it here. So then guys, here is a review on the ZIYOU Championship Edition fucking... There's a little PUBG symbol on there with like 2 sniper rifles. The actual mouse itself looks pretty great. The actual box itself looks pretty nice, quite professional. It's got like Sports Champion 2020 on there. I believe this was made for PUBG specifically because I know in China they have a very serious competitive play for the esports in China. Just for that reason, I think this mouse is going to be quite well made, but the only way to find out is by actually unboxing it. So, inside you get a little piece of foam, which will support the mouse itself inside. So this was what it looked like inside. It's just got some padding. There's the esports instruction manual. Don't really need to read it because it's probably going to be poorly translated English. And I already know how to use a mouse. I'm a gamer, of course. So, on the bottom, it's already got some damage to it. There's a little button on the bottom. I'm not sure what that does. There's a DPI sensor button at the top. Now, I'm not saying this is a cheap mouse. It feels like it glides quite nicely already on just here. The mouse does have a lot of RGB lighting. It's got a nice little grip on there. It's got a honeycomb pattern. It doesn't seem hollow though. It's just incredibly light. Like, it's so light, it's unbelievable. Like, I can't even feel it in my hand. For gaming, I'm sure it would be very nice. I think that's like a little nub to stop it from like breaking or whatever. The cable is braided. It doesn't feel the best quality, but I think it's really light material, like nylon or something, to make sure that if you are moving the mouse around, it's not gonna get too heavy on the cable side. Now, there's a couple of problems I've got with this mouse. On Amazon, it says 12,000 DPI, but then you go into the picture on Amazon and it says it's 10,000 DPI. When you go on your computer to adjust the setting to the maximum setting on this mouse, it is only 7,200 DPI. This is actually 1,200 more DPI than the Razer Abisus V2. And pretty much inside here, all you can see is like the LEDs and the circuit board. Yeah, so you can see right inside there all the circuits and stuff that create the mouse. I think it's the lightness of the mouse that makes it feel like cheaper, but I don't think it's a bad mouse. For £30, this is directly competing with the Razer Abisus V2. And obviously you got the 2 buttons on the side. I must admit the 2 buttons on the side are very hollow. I wish they were a bit tighter. I mean, it feels like it would just glide on my Razer Firefly quite easily. Right here, I actually do have the specifications of the mouse. It's an optical sensor POR 3325. It says the DPI adjustment is up to 10,000, but yet again, on the Amazon listing, it said it was 12,000. 65 grams, so it's not a very heavy mouse at all. 1.7 meters in length, and we have a polling rate, acceleration rate, tracking speed, etc. I want a game, and if this is created for esports, this is probably going to be better than the Razer Abisus V2, because that mouse is made for casual kind of gaming without the buttons and stuff. So if these are the 2 mouses, so this is the M5 mouse. This is the Razer Abisus V2. Now, this mouse is ambidextrous, which means you can use it in either hand, and I believe that you can probably do the same with this one. I honestly don't notice any difference, but there is the buttons on the left, so I'm guessing it's a right-handed mouse. This one obviously doesn't have any buttons on it, and it feels good, but then this one feels grittier. This one feels grittier on the pad, this one feels smoother on the pad. However, when we look at the sensor difference, this is the Razer Abisus, and this is the M5 mouse. Now, for some reason, the Razer Abisus, I don't know whether this looks obvious to you guys, but to me, the mouse feels smoother on the Chinese M5 mouse. I must admit, I do like the design and look more of the Chinese mouse than I do the actual Razer mouse. And, I don't know, you guys can obviously make up your own opinion on what you think of it. You do get quite a few modes on it as well, so let's cycle through them. I think. It's like a spectral wave, I believe. Then we have another spectral-ish looking wave, all different colours this time. Then we've got whatever that is, that's strange. Oh, like a pulsation, it's not bad. This one just looks quite peculiar, but Then there's this, and then there's obviously my favourite, Spectral Wave, which is obviously just a bunch of rainbow colours. There's about 7 different settings. This is of course the lowest setting on the mouse. This is the second setting, the third setting, the fourth setting, fifth setting, and the fifth setting is stupid. In fact, no, this is the highest setting. This is the 6th mode. This is like ridiculous. It's so fast. I don't know who uses this in what game, but it's horrible. And this is back to setting 1. So let's see what it's like in games itself, and I'm going to do some recording actually on the game and not with my camera. I will mention that for larger hands, this mouse is great, but for smaller hands, the Abysis is definitely going to be the better mouse. I've noticed sometimes that it's too small because I like to rest my whole hand over it, so for me personally this is a much better size mouse. I actually find this one to be more comfortable to hold because you can kind of put your hand down on the desk and then just go along with the mouse. With this one, your whole hand is cupped over and you kind of do this archway with your hand, or you got to like go right over the top of it, and I feel like it's really uncomfortable. Like, this has been designed to kind of go sleekly in your hand, where this one just cups round, and I don't know, I don't like it as much as that, but I still think the sensor feels a bit nicer on this one. It's a bit of a weird one. This mouse feels really heavy. Like, this feels like I'm holding nothing, and obviously you can feel the weight, but because of the weight, this one feels like it's kind of pulling on your hand a bit. This one just goes where it wants to because it's light. So I mean, it's really going to depend. If you like doing flick shots and shit, this one might be for you. Just for the materials though, really, I wish it was £25 or 20 quid. I think that would have made it a much better price for what it is. I mean, you're not really wasting your money. I mean, it's definitely comparable to the likes of this. One thing I will admit though is the Razer mouse actually has something put on where with this, to kind of save material, it's not glued on. You could literally rip the wheel off this, as you can see, which I don't like too much. And obviously, like I say, these buttons are quite hollow. I wish they were a lot more stiff. I mean, they're really the main problems I've got with it. Other than that though, it's really lightweight and it's quite nice in the hand. So I mean, yeah, it's up to you guys really. As per usual, I'm having problems with getting things like Origin to work because, according to Origin, the Origin servers are currently down, so I can't play anything from Origin. That includes Need for Speed Heat, etc. Warzone has got a 24GB update for some fucking reason on the PC. PUBG Lite's got an update. Ironside's got... basically everything's got an update. PC gaming is just a joke. Honestly... Anyway, I'm going to try my best to get some games downloaded and play them today. So yeah, I guess it is what it is. I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far, because I'm not. I'm either going to...
That's the armor's gone. Well done, mate. Complete contracts to earn rewards for your team. Nicely done.
Begin! Keep up the good work! Enemy rampage! Enemy killing spree!
Made a very slight mistake. In the settings there is actually 12,000 DPI, so they wasn't lying after all, and it was just me being a twat. This is a final video really to say I've actually fell in love with this mouse. I've had time with it and I actually really like it. I feel like any of the cons I had with it before has kind of like grown on me, because the thing is, with any mouse there's always going to be pros and cons, I think, and I think it was on my bad on my behalf that I thought these guys were false advertising, in all fairness. I mean, you know, I was thinking maybe it's just poorly translated English and they don't know what they're talking about, but in actual fact, I am indeed the cunt in this situation. The mouse is great though, honestly. If you want to pick this up and you want to do some competitive gaming, if you really want 12,000 DPI, fuck knows why you'd need that, but you can do it. The RGB lighting is pretty good. There's obviously a couple of flaws with it. You know, the fact that you can kind of see the LED lights underneath the vents in the mouse, which is like underneath here. You can kind of see the board in there. But because of how light it is, you can just glide it everywhere and there's no weight to it whatsoever. It's precise. I haven't had any hiccups while playing Paladins, Warzone or anything like that. It's been pretty much a pleasure to use, in all fairness. And while I've been editing my videos and I was making my mix, I completely forgot what mouse I was using. Yeah, I would recommend buying it. Now, for £30, I think it's a bit much. If you can find a deal on it for around £25, £26, I would say 100%. 30 quid though, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I say, this is my personal opinion. It's a great mouse, and for 30 quid, to be honest, looking at what is out there for the competition, there isn't really a lot better than the Razer Abesis V2, and this mouse here, I've got to give it a 5-star. I think I'm going to give it a 5-star, and that's out of 5 as well, because it's pretty good value for money and it does everything it says it does. You know, it's got good RGB lighting, it's light, that's what, you know, it said it was. It's got the buttons on the left side, that's true, and it looks pretty fucking good. And the best part is it works. It's a mouse and it's good for gaming. I can't really say much else. The only con that still gets me is it feels quite gritty on my mouse pad, but the sensor feels smoother than the Abesis. So kind of a blowback for a positive, really. So, you know, it's one of those things. I don't think anything you buy is perfect. Even my Galaxy S20, amazing cameras, amazing 120Hz display, but then there's the fucking Exynos 990 processor in there, which just kind of holds everything back, in my opinion. But hey, hope you guys have had a great day and you've all had an amazing morning, amazing evening, whenever it is now, whenever you're watching this, and hope you, or an afternoon maybe, who fucking knows. But I hope you've all had a good time and you're still staying safe indoors, and hopefully there'll be another video out within this week or next week or whenever, and I'll be doing another review or, you know, whatever. I don't know. Another thing I keep doing is saying in my videos a lot, and I have to keep editing it out. I was so annoyed yesterday, like I was in a bad mood and I actually almost broke my desk. I had to keep editing when I was going so basically and I was like, but I have to keep editing this shit out, so I'm pissing myself off. I'm just fucking chatting shit now. Just enjoy yourselves. See you guys soon, and peace.